address an important question which many of my students and their parents ask me. They say, "Ma'am, you ask us to practice English. You tell that language learning is a skill learning, and so you can improve your language by practicing. But how can we practice? We don't have anyone around us to practice with them." So, watch the video till the end. I'm going to show you a way in which you can practice speaking English anywhere, anytime, any place in the world, all alone, all by yourself. I know a number of people who have studied through English medium, who are very perfect in the grammar rules, who have scored very good marks in their English exam. But when it comes to speaking, when it comes to speaking to a stranger, or when it comes to appearing for an interview, they get so embarrassed, they get nervous, they feel shy, they don't get words to speak in English. In short, they just become dumb. And you know why? Why this happens? Because they have just learned the grammar rules. They have just learned how to read and write, but they never got a chance to practice speaking English. Even in the schools which impart the education through English, a student rarely gets a chance to speak in English with the peers and with the teacher. I don't blame the school system. I don't blame the education system. The reason is the teacher has to complete a certain amount of portion in a certain amount of time. She focuses more on reading, writing, and grammar rules rather than giving the chance to the students to speak. As a result, the student neither gets a chance to speak in the school nor can he practice speaking English at home because in our country, nobody speaks in English at home. That's a fact. Everybody speaks in the mother tongue. Everybody is comfortable speaking in the mother tongue. So, how can a student become confident and fluent speaker of English? Don't worry. Every problem has a solution, and here I'm going to give you the solution. I'll give you such a solution that you will be able to practice English, practice speaking English all by yourself, all alone, anywhere, anytime, anywhere in the world, effortlessly. Are you excited? Yes, I'm too excited to tell you about this. This is the best way of learning to speak English. And what is step one? Listen, listen, listen. Listen to anything that's in English. Listen to a podcast, listen to TED Talks, listen to CNN, listen to BBC, listen to songs, listen to the dialogues in the movie, listen to some great professor, anything that you can listen in English, you listen. Just listen. Just listen. Listen to the audiobooks. There are so many audiobooks available. You can just listen. Don't do anything else. Just listen. Keep listening. Allot 1 hour every day for 6 months and just keep listening. Listening is a skill which you have to develop so that you learn how to speak. Because listening is the first step. Listening is the foundation. Listening is the first step how a child learns his mother tongue. You are learning a new language, so why don't you listen? Begin with listening. I'm sure you would have seen a small child when he is just in the first 6 months. First, he will only listen to what his mom says, what his dad says, what his grandparents say, what his aunt says, and then after 6 months, he will start telling some words. Mama, Papa, do the same thing. Imagine you're a small child, you're learning a new language. That's what you're going to do. You are going to just listen to the podcast. You're going to listen to CNN. You're going to listen to BBC. Anything that's in English, keep listening. What's going to happen if you keep listening? When you keep listening, all the words and phrases spoken by the native speakers will get filled in your brain. You will have lots and lots of vocabulary in your mind, in your brain, which will be eager to come out, pop out of your mouth after 6 months. Remember, you are directly listening from the native speakers. You are listening to the real language. You're not listening to the textbook language. You are not learning English through the textbooks. You are learning English the most natural way, in the most effortless way, in the most fun way. So don't be impatient. Don't think that just after listening 1 month, I should stop listening. Listen a lot for 6 months. And a point to remember, preferably repeat the audios. Listen to the same audios again and again. That's called repetitive deep learning. You keep listening to the same things 2, 3 times. You imbibe the words. You internalize the words. The words and vocabulary becomes yours. You will learn the words, phrases, and the sentences used by the native speakers in their day-to-day conversation. And those things, those words, phrases, and sentences will become a part of you. Listening is the first step to speaking. Step two is speak. Step 1 was listen. Step 2 is speak. Speak. With whom should I speak? I don't have anyone around me to speak English. Again, the same problem. I don't have anyone to practice speaking English. Forget about this problem. I have a solution. I have a quick fix for you. And that is, if you don't have anyone, you have yourself. Speak to yourself. What? Am I crazy that I'll be speaking to myself? People will think I'm mad. No. Let them think you're mad. It's okay, The first step in the process of speaking is speak to yourself, maybe in front of the mirror. Initially, prepare a short speech and then give the speech in front of the mirror. Listen how you're speaking. You listen. Initially, you may find it difficult to speak in front of the mirror, but slowly and gradually, by the end of the first week or sometimes second week, you will find that you are able to speak spontaneously and without any pause. Great achievement. You have become confident and you are speaking in front of the mirror, watching your body language, listening to what you have spoken, and you are confident. You will not find difficult to speak now because your mind is full of native speakers' words, phrases, sentences. You have listened to them for 6 months and everything is there in the mind. Unconsciously, you will be able to use those words and phrases in your speech. Right? There is a saying, what you put inside comes out. You have put in thousands and thousands of words and phrases and sentences in your mind, listening to the native speakers, listening to the podcast, listening to the audiobooks, listening to the news, listening to the songs, watching the English movies. So all those words and phrases will automatically come when you are speaking. You don't require anyone else to speak. You require only you. Right? And you can also do this. You can describe the things when you are doing. For example, you can just say, just now I finished my dinner and now I'm going for a walk. While returning, I'll meet my friend, then we'll talk for a while, and then I'll come back home and I'll complete my homework. Okay? So, whatever you are doing, doesn't matter, you go wrong. Don't bother about grammar rules. According to me, grammar rules are the criminals who stop you from speaking English. Because if you keep thinking about the grammar rules, you can't speak. Forget about grammar rules. You will learn them naturally. When you learned your mother tongue, you never learned grammar rules in the beginning. Did you? Did you? No. Why should you learn grammar rules now when you're learning a new language? Don't learn. Forget it. Speak to yourself. Speak to yourself without bothering about the grammar rules. I tell you, you are not going to commit mistakes because that sentence pattern has entered your mind. For 6 months, you have listened to the correct English spoken by the native speakers. You know the correct structure of the sentences automatically. Okay? So the second step is speak to yourself. You don't need anyone to speak. at this stage. You can speak to yourself, right? So that was the second. Third step is listen and speak. Listen and speak. First step was only listening, second step was only speaking. Now the third step is listen and speak. You play a podcast or you play an audiobook and then you play it for 5 minutes and then you pause it. After the pause, you try to imitate the speaker. You try to imitate the pronunciation, you try to imitate the way he's speaking, you try to imitate exactly he is pronouncing the words and phrases so that you also speak in the same way as the speaker has done. This technique is the most popular technique, and this technique is called shadowing or imitating. I have discussed this technique in detail in my video. I have just posted the link above. You can click on it and watch the video. The shadowing technique is very useful in learning how to speak because you are trying to speak exactly the way the native speaker is speaking. You are imitating him. You can also do this. You watch a movie, you play it for 5 minutes, and then pause it. Then you try to deliver the dialogues like how the actors and actresses are doing. Exactly trying to copy, exactly trying to imitate their way of speaking. So, indirectly, you are learning from the native speakers. You are not learning from the textbooks. You are not learning from the worksheets. You are not learning from made up false conversation, but you are learning from the real native speakers. So, this shadowing technique is also very useful. Now comes the fourth step, and this is a very important step, and that is evaluation. What evaluation? Who will evaluate me? Nobody else, you yourself. Here, in this technique which I'm teaching you, everything is done by you. You are the teacher, you are the master, you are the evaluator, you are the learner, everything, all in one. You have had the practice of listening for 6 months. You have practiced speaking to yourself for quite a long time. You have also followed the shadowing technique, like, listening and speaking, trying to imitate the actors, trying to imitate the speakers. Now it's time for you to evaluate so that you become very, very confident that yes, I can speak fluent English. Now, how can you do this? You can either go to an English professor and just talk to him, just chat with him and see whether you are able to speak with more confidence than you used to speak before. Or another way is there are so many apps which you can use and communicate with the native speakers. Like the native speakers, they book a slot for you. During that time, they speak with you. So you can talk to the native speakers too, if you want. If you find that you are able to understand what the native speaker is telling you, and the native speaker is able to understand what you are saying, then you have won the game. You have become a confident and fluent speaker of English. Yay! This is the most efficient way of learning how to speak English fluently and confidently, and of course, effortlessly. You are not joining any institute, you are not joining any online classes, you are not joining any of the language schools. You are teaching yourself, and teaching yourself is the best way of learning. I hope you will follow this technique and be efficient speakers of English. Just to revise, there are 4 steps here. First, listen. Second, speak. Third, listen and speak. Fourth, evaluate. That's all for the video today. See you in the next video. Do consider subscribing to my channel if you are visiting my channel for the first time, because there are so many videos about how to learn to speak English. I'm sure you're going to enjoy them and you will find those videos useful. If you are finding these videos useful, share with your friends so that they also get benefited. Hit the like button and press the bell icon so that you get an intimation whenever I publish a new video. Bye bye. See you soon in the next video. Hi, and welcome to my channel NK Academy. Tell me, how many of you want to speak in English, but you don't speak in English because you're scared that you will make mistakes? You're scared that people will laugh at you. People will make fun of you if you make mistakes. Fearing that you will commit mistakes, you don't speak in English. But you want to be a good speaker of English, you want to be a confident speaker of English. You want to learn English because you know that good communication skills in English will make your life better, will give you better job prospects. So everybody knows that learning to speak good English is must. But it has its own problems. The first and foremost problem is you are scared that you will commit mistakes. Making mistakes is the fastest way of learning any language. If you don't make mistakes, you don't learn. You learn from your mistakes. Okay, you learn from your mistakes, but you should know what mistakes you are committing. Okay, unless you know the mistakes you are committing, you cannot correct them. So, this video is especially for those people who want to speak in English but who are scared that they are committing mistakes. In this video, I am going to talk about 10 most common mistakes which the non-native speakers of English commit while they speak in English. Now, non-native speakers of English, what does it mean? People whose mother tongue is English, they are the native speakers of English. And all of us whose mother tongue is not English, we are non-native speakers of English. We are learners of English. Let's talk about the first mistake. Confusion in the use of its and its with apostrophe s. Look at these two sentences and tell me which one is correct. The spider spun its web. It's a very beautiful web. Second sentence. The spider spun its web. It's a very beautiful web. Now there are two it's. One is with apostrophe and the other is without apostrophe. It's without an apostrophe is the possessive version of a pronoun. It shows something belongs to someone. It's with an apostrophe is a contraction of it is or it has. In the second part of the sentence, we mean to say it is a beautiful web. The correct sentence is the spider spun its web. It's a very beautiful web. Second common mistake which people make. Whether to use by foot or on foot. Look at these two sentences. I came to the office on foot. I came to the office by foot. Out of these two sentences, which one is correct? On foot or by foot? The correct sentence is I came to the office on foot. We can say by car, by bike, by bus, by train, and by flight. However, we cannot say by walk, as it is the foot which is being used to travel and not walk. The other way of saying the sentence is I came to office walking. Third mistake. Getting confused between the usage of borrow and lend. Let's see these two sentences. Can you borrow me your pencil? Second sentence. Can you lend me your pencil? Which one is correct? Can you borrow me your pencil or can you lend me your pencil? The correct one is can you lend me your pencil? Now let's see why. In standard English, to borrow means to take something from someone, knowing that you will give it back. To lend means to pass something on to someone for a short time. Confusion in the use of me too and me either. One is positive and the other one is negative. The positive one is me too. So for example, If you say, I like traveling, then I would say, me too, which means I like traveling too. On the other hand, if you say, I don't like extreme sports, then if I agree with you, I would say, me either, which means I don't like extreme sports either. Saying congratulations on someone's birthday. When someone has a birthday, you can say happy birthday or many happy returns of the day. But you cannot really say congratulations. In English, the word congratulations is used when someone achieves something great. When it is your birthday, you have not achieved anything. So, using congratulations or saying congratulations on someone's birthday is not acceptable. This mistake is because of our mother tongue influence. In Hindi, we wish the person badhai ho. And so, congratulations is the direct translation of badhai. Okay, so next time when you're wishing somebody on his birthday, don't say congratulations. You say happy birthday. Mixing up since and for. Look at these two sentences. I have been living here since 3 years. I have been living here for 3 years. Tell me which one is correct. The correct one is I have been living here for 3 years. We use since whenever there is a specific point of time. When there is a specific point of time, when we are referring to a specific point of time, we use since. But when we are using a period of time, then we use for. I have been teaching English since 1987. 1987 is the specific point of time, and that's the reason why we are using since. I have been living here for 3 years. 3 years is a period of time. It's not a specific point of time. So when there is period of time, we use for. When there is point of time, we use since. Sunday, yesterday, tomorrow, January, 1950. These are all specific points of time. So whenever these words come in the sentence, we use since. 15 days, 2 months, 3 years, 10 years. These are all periods of time. So we use for. Using eat rather than take for medicine. I have a headache, so I ate painkillers. This sentence is wrong. We cannot use eat with medicine. The correct sentence would be I have a headache, I took some painkillers. We use the verb take for medicine, pills, tablets, vitamins, drugs, including illegal drugs. For eating and drinking, we say I had my lunch, I had my dinner, I want to have a glass of water. It's not advisable to say I ate my lunch, I ate my dinner. It's better to say I had my lunch. But another common mistake which non-native speakers make while speaking in English is using the definite article when we are making general statements. The is a definite article. So only when we are talking about a definite thing, we have to use it. But when we are making general statements, we are not supposed to use the. For example, life is beautiful. This is the correct sentence. This is a general statement, and here we are not using the. If you use the life is beautiful, then it's wrong. Mixing up do's and lose. L-O-S-E and L-O-O-S-E. L-O-S-E, lose, is a verb that means to be unable to find something or someone. To fail to win a game or a contest. L-O-O-S-E is an adjective that means not tightly fastened or attached or held, like loose clothing or a loose tooth. I don't want to lose the game. His dress is very loose. Now mark it, their pronunciation too is different. L-O-S-E is pronounced as loose. Loose. The ending sound is z. Loose is pronounced as loose. The ending sound is s. Using the past tense twice in a sentence. This is a very common mistake. I did not went to the office yesterday. Did not went. Did not is already past tense. So after the past tense, we should not use one more past tense. We should use present tense. So look at these sentences. I did not went to the office yesterday. I did not go to the office yesterday. Which one is the correct one? The second one. I did not go to the office yesterday is correct. So you have seen 10 most common mistakes which the non-native speakers of English, the learners of English make when they are speaking in English. Now you are aware of these mistakes, so try you don't make these mistakes while you are speaking English. And the best way to avoid making these mistakes is note down all of them, keep looking at them, learn them, and use them. Hopefully, you found this video useful. Hit the like button. If you are visiting my channel for the first time, do subscribe to my channel and help your friends speak better English, good English by sharing this video with you. Bye bye. See you soon in the next video. Welcome to my channel NK Academy. I'm Nandini, your English trainer, coach and guide. In today's video, we are going to talk about some latest words in English which are added to the dictionary in 2022. English is a highly dynamic language. It changes with time. New words are added to the dictionary, and so English always develops. Now, the pointer here is, what's the criteria in deciding which word should be added to a dictionary? It so happens that a group of people start using certain words over a period of time. And when those words are used by many more people, then such words make an entry into the dictionary. For example, during pandemic, some new words emerged, like in-person, virtual meetings, online meeting, offline meeting, etc. So those words were being used by so many people all around the world, and many words have entered the dictionaries. Today we are going to discuss some more words which were added in the dictionary. Let's begin. The first word is dumb phone. Now, what is dumb phone? It is exactly opposite of smartphone. It has basic features. It doesn't have any smart feature in it. You can only make a call or receive a call and send some basic messages. No smart features at all. So that's a dumb phone. Second word, eat. Y-E-E-T. Now, this means throwing away thing without any consideration. Just picking up the thing and throwing it off. This is a slang word. He grabbed my phone and yeeted into the river. Third word is laggy. Laggy means very slow. Any gadget which works very slowly, you can call it laggy. I don't like laggy computers. Next word is dawn colors. You all know the meaning of dawn. Dawn means morning. And what's the opposite of dawn? Yes, you're right, it's dusk. Dawn colors means the chirping of birds just preceding the sunrise and following the sunrise. That is before and after the sunrise. I love getting up early and experiencing dawn colors. This word is junky. Junky has come from the word junk. Junky means something which is waste, which is of no use, which doesn't work properly. Unfortunately, the lift in my apartment is junky. Next word is lewd. L-E-W-K. A fashion look which is distinctive to a particular person. That is, which suits a particular person. And if you try to imitate that person, probably that look may not be good on you. Her dress in the prom was new. Next word, cringe. Cringe means something awkward, something embarrassing. This word is very commonly used by the youngsters nowadays. Case, your sister is in a party, late night, and you give her a call and ask her, when are you returning? She gets embarrassed. And then she might tell you, oh, don't be a cringe. Oh, it is so cringe. Adorable. This word is a blend of two words. One is adorable and the other is dark. Adorable is lovable, dark is awkward. Adorable, something which is very awkward but in an endearing way. My friends' glasses are adorable. Move on to the next word, and that is finfluencer. This is again a blend of two words. One is finance, the other is influencer. My brother is a TikTok finfluencer. In his videos, he talks about finances. Next word is nomophobia. Somehow I like this word. This has come from no mobile phones. Now, fear or worry at the idea of not having your mobile phone or not getting a network or not having a fully charged phone. That is called nomophobia. Many people suffering from nomophobia never switch off their cell phones. This word is fitspiration. Again, this is a blend of two words, fitness and inspiration. A person or a thing that keeps a person inspired to be in good health. That is fitspiration. You look at that person or you watch that video and you get motivated or inspired to be fit and healthy. That is fitspiration. The YouTube videos of this model are a perfect fitspiration for anyone who wants to be in a good shape. The word is stand. Again, this is a blend of two words. One is stalker and the second is fan. The fan, obsessive stalker of a celebrity. He's a great fan of celebrity, but he's obsessed. The actress got so frustrated with the stand that she filed a police complaint against him. Next one, Valentine Day. It's just one day before Valentine Day. It's celebrated as a friendship day, and particularly women gather together to celebrate and enjoy. That is Valentine Day. I really had a great time on Valentine Day with all my friends. Perma crisis. Perma crisis is an extended period of insecurity and crisis after an extended period of catastrophic events. Pandemic was a catastrophic event. After the pandemic too, things have not settled down. Things have not become normal. There is crisis in every field, in the field of jobs, in the field of education, in the field of health services, in the field of finances. Things have not yet settled down. So this is called perma crisis. And this word has been declared as Collins Word of the Year 2022. Why? Shift. A significant change in the prevailing cultural atmosphere or trends. It means a person's emotional state. Shift. Shift means a change. Why shift? It means a change in the emotional state of people. After the pandemic, we find a vibe shift in people's attitude. That's all for today. These are some of the words which were added to the dictionary in 2022. And so, make use of them and be ready for 2023. Develop your English by using these latest words and impress the people around you. Just a reminder, in case you are visiting my channel for the first time, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button and also the notification bell. Bye bye. See you in the next video. to my channel NK Academy. I'm super excited today because I'm going to launch a series for training you all spoken English based on a very efficient technique which is called as imitation. Imitation is to copy someone's words or someone's actions. This technique is all about imitating a speaker, his pronunciation, his intonation, the pauses he makes, and also the way he speaks. This will teach you to listen to the words and sentence structures of English language and to copy them exactly as you heard them. In this technique, you are listening and then you are training your mouth. But most of the time, you read a book and then you try to say, you try to speak, but in such cases, you are not sure about the correct pronunciation of those words. But here, when you are listening directly to the speaker and imitating him, you are very sure about the pronunciation of the words and the intonation. So, this technique is very useful in making you a confident speaker of English because you're confident that you're not pronouncing the words and phrases wrong because you've directly heard them from the English speaker. Now, this technique has got 3 steps. Step 1. Listen and read the text at the same time. Step number 2. Now it's your turn. You will imitate the speaker and copy him exactly. In this step, when the speaker speaks, you will listen very carefully. The text will be on the screen. After each sentence the speaker says, there will be a pause. And this is where you need to imitate the speaker exactly. You can practice this step as many times as you want before moving on to the next step till you become comfortable. Step 3. In this step, you will shadow the speaker. This is going to be a bigger challenge for you because you are going to say along with the speaker. You are going to listen and speak at the same time. Your effort should be to be as close to his pronunciation as possible. Let's begin.
I wake up at 6 o'clock. I get up at 6:50. I make a cup of tea and iron my clothes. I have a shower and get dressed. I usually wear jeans, a blouse, a jumper or cardigan and boots in the winter, or a skirt and blouse in the summer. I brush my hair, put on my makeup. I pack my bag with all my teaching materials. I then put on my coat and leave the house. I walk to the bus stop. I catch the bus at 8 and then I pay my fare and sit down. It takes about 45 minutes to get to my destination 3 miles away. I get off the bus and walk to the school where I teach English. I have to sign in and get the key. Class starts at 9:30 and ends at 11:30.
Listen and imitate.
I wake up at 6 o'clock. I get up at 6:50. I make a cup of tea and iron my clothes. I have a shower and get dressed. I usually wear jeans, a blouse, a jumper or cardigan and boots in the winter, or a skirt and blouse in the summer. I brush my hair, put on my makeup. I pack my bag with all my teaching materials. I then put on my coat and leave the house. I walk to the bus stop. I catch the bus at 8 and then I pay my fare and sit down. catch the bus at 8, and then I pay my fare and sit down. It takes about 45 minutes to get to my destination 3 miles away. It takes about 45 minutes to get to my destination 3 miles away. I get off the bus and walk to the school where I teach English. I get off the bus and walk to the school where I teach English. I have to sign in and get the key. I have to sign in and get the key. Class starts at 9:30 and ends at 11:30. Class starts at 9:30 and ends at 11:30.
Time to shadow.
I wake up at 6 o'clock. I get up at 6:50. I make a cup of tea and iron my clothes. I have a shower and get dressed. I usually wear jeans, a blouse, a jumper or cardigan and boots in the winter, or a skirt and blouse in the summer. I brush my hair, put on my makeup. I pack my bag with all my teaching materials. I then put on my coat and leave the house. I walk to the bus stop. I catch the bus at 8, and then I pay my fare and sit down. It takes about 45 minutes to get to my destination 3 miles away. I get off the bus and walk to the school where I teach English. I have to sign in and get the key. Class starts at 9:30 and ends at 11:30.
So that was all about imitation practice. If you follow this technique regularly and practice it along with the video as many times as you want, I'm sure you're going to be a confident and a fluent speaker of English very soon. Bye. See you soon. Hi, welcome to my channel NK Academy. This is the second video in the series of training you all in spoken English based on the technique imitation. I hope you remember all the 3 steps which you have to follow using this technique. Just a reminder. Step 1. Listen and read the text at the same time. Step number 2. Now it's your turn. You will imitate the speaker and copy him exactly. In this step, when the speaker speaks, you will listen very carefully. The text will be on the screen. After each sentence the speaker says, there will be a pause, and this is where you need to imitate the speaker exactly. You can practice this step as many times as you want before moving on to the next step till you become comfortable. Step 3. In this step, you will shadow the speaker. This is going to be a bigger challenge for you because you are going to say along with the speaker. You are going to listen and speak at the same time. Your effort should be to be as close to his pronunciation as possible. Let's begin. Ria, do you have a favorite place that you would like to go to for your birthday dinner? I'm kind of at a loss right now to think of some place special. I've got a great guidebook here of local restaurant. That would be a good place to look. What is your favorite type of restaurant food? I like a lot of things, but Thai and Japanese would be good. Shogun looks pretty good. Oh, I remember that restaurant. I went there years ago. I really enjoyed it. Would that be a good choice for your birthday dinner then? I would enjoy going there. Let's call ahead to make sure that we can get a table for that night. Listen and imitate. Ria, do you have a favorite place that you would like to go to for your birthday dinner? Ria, do you have a favorite place that you would like to go to for your birthday dinner? I'm kind of at a loss right now to think of some place special. I'm kind of at a loss right now to think of some place special. I've got a great guidebook here of local restaurant. I've got a great guidebook here of local restaurant. That would be a good place to look. That would be a good place to look. What is your favorite type of restaurant food? What is your favorite type of restaurant food? I like a lot of things, but Thai and Japanese would be good. I like a lot of things, but Thai and Japanese would be good. Shogun looks pretty good. Shogun looks pretty good. Oh, I remember that restaurant. I went there years ago. I really enjoyed it. I went there years ago. I really enjoyed it. Would that be a good choice for your birthday dinner then? Would that be a good choice for your birthday dinner then? I would enjoy going there. Let's call ahead to make sure that we can get a table for that night. Let's call ahead to make sure that we can get a table for that night. Time to shadow. Ria, do you have a favorite place that you would like to go to for your birthday dinner? I'm kind of at a loss right now to think of some place special. I've got a great guidebook here of local restaurant. That would be a good place to look. What is your favorite type of restaurant food? I like a lot of things, but Thai and Japanese would be good. Shogun looks pretty good. Oh, I remember that restaurant. I went there years ago. I really enjoyed it. Would that be a good choice for your birthday dinner then? I would enjoy going there. Let's call ahead to make sure that we can get a table for that night. That was all about imitation practice. If you follow this technique regularly and practice it along with the video as many times as you want, I'm sure you're going to be a confident and fluent speaker of English very soon. Bye bye. See you soon. Hello and welcome to my channel NK Academy. I'm very glad to be with you all once again. The main mission of my channel is to make you a confident and a fluent speaker of English. In this process, I keep researching to find out the easiest and the most effective way of learning English so that I can guide you properly on this path. In this process, I came across a very effective way of learning English, and that is 15 by 7 technique of learning English. If you remember, in my previous video, I had discussed one more technique which was very useful, and that was imitation technique. Most of my subscribers, they found the technique very useful. So now, this technique too, which is called as 15 by 7 technique for learning English, is also very effective. So in this video today, you're going to learn this technique, which you will find very useful. And I'm sure if you follow this technique, you are going to be a very confident and a fluent speaker of English very soon. I can't promise that within a month or within 2 months or within 3 months, you will become the most confident speaker of English, but I can ensure you, you will improve your language definitely. If you are at this level, you will definitely reach this level. If you are at this level, your level will increase to this. So follow this technique and then see the change in you. 15 by 7. Here 15 stands for minutes, 15 minutes, and 7 stands for 7 days a week. And in the context of learning English, this means you take out 15 minutes from your daily schedule every day of the week, and Utilize these 50 minutes to learn English. So, 15 minutes are exclusively for learning English every day, 7 days a week. Now, some of you may tell, our schedule is very tight. I cannot take out 15 minutes from my daily schedule and allot it to learning English. And that too every day. If you say this, then I must say, maybe you're not very passionate about learning English. But if you're watching this video, it means it is evident that you want to learn English. So let me help you and show how you can take out 15 minutes every day in spite of your busy schedule for learning English. So here are some of the ways you can spare 15 minutes for learning English. The ways you can use the time to learn English every day for 15 minutes. For example, while you are driving, or when you're walking to the bus stop, or when you're cooking, or when you're doing laundry, or when you're doing your daily chores. Whatever you are doing, you can simultaneously utilize that time to learn English. That's the magic of this method. You don't have to keep separately 15 minutes for learning English, but you can simultaneously learn it while doing these activities. For example, you are taking the dog for a walk. Utilize that time for learning English. I'm going to show you how you're going to utilize. Right. So there is a scene where there is a will, there is a way. So if you want to learn English, you will find time. And that too, you don't have to find it separately. It's not that 15 minutes are exclusively for learning English. It's not like that. You're doing some work, along with that, you are learning English. Now, your question is, how can we do that? So, here I am to tell you how you can do this. For example, you are walking to the bus stop, or you are driving your car going to the office. So, one thing you can do is you can listen to the podcasts or audiobooks. There are plenty of blogs, there are plenty of apps using which you can listen to the podcasts. Some great options to listen to the podcasts are ESL podcast, Effortless English, Fluent U, or Preply.com. All these websites and all these apps, they have wonderful podcasts on English language learning. At the same time, we have lots of audiobooks available on Audible. Audible is an app, and there are plenty of books on Audible. You need to get a membership, and after that, you can listen to any number of books you want. There are books on self development, there are books like fiction, there are books about science, there are books about astronomy. Any topic you like, you can listen to the audiobooks. For this, you need not sit separately in a room and then listen. You just put in your earphones while driving the car or while just walking to the bus stop and keep listening to this podcast or the audiobooks. That way, you are getting immersed in English language. When you keep listening to the language, you start acquiring that language. Language cannot be taught, language has to be caught. So that's what you are going to do while you listen to the podcast or while you listen to the audiobooks. This is one way you can get exposed to English language. For this you need not have a separate time allotted. You can do the you can do this while doing any other activity. You can be cooking, and at the same time you can listening to the audiobooks or the podcast. Second thing, which is very interesting and which is very entertaining, which you can do is listening to the music. Music is the language of the soul. Every human soul enjoys music. And I must say, most of the learners of English, they listen to the English songs. They get exposed to the language, and that too, the real life English language. The language which you listen in the songs is not the textbook language. It is the language which is used by the native speakers. You may say that we won't be able to understand the English songs. Yes, I do agree. Initially, you will not be able to understand the songs. Listen to the songs with the lyrics. There are options on YouTube. Like you can search for the songs with lyrics. So listen to the songs and at the same time read the lyrics. And after that, you keep listening to the song and you will definitely understand those words. And anything which you learn along with the music remains. That's the reason I tell you, you can remember the songs very well, but you can't remember the grammar rules which are there in the textbook. It's easy to remember the songs than the content which is there in the textbooks. So this is a very useful way. Keep listening to the English songs. And for this, you need not sit in a separate room and listen to the songs. This you can do while you are doing your daily chores. The work is going on, you're learning English by listening to the songs. So which other way can be most effective? Tell me. This is a very useful way. Another thing you can do is using your cell phone for learning English. In today's world, everyone is crazy about using a cell phone. If anyone doesn't have a cell phone in his hand, he will be suffering from nomophobia. No mobile phobia. Phobia is fear, anxiety. He'll be anxious. Oh, I don't have a cell phone. Oh, the network is not there. Oh, my battery is getting over. So everyone has a cell phone. Everyone uses a cell phone. They keep scrolling down FB, Insta, or whatnot, Twitter. So why not utilize your cell phone to learn English? Again, this can be done doing anything. You are traveling in the bus, or you're waiting for your friend in a restaurant, or you have gone to a doctor's office and you are waiting for your turn. That time can be utilized for learning English using your cell phone. Now I tell you how. Nowadays, there are multiple apps which can teach you English. Common ones are Duolingo, Preply, and Cake, FluentU, or there is one more which is called as Hello English. So download these apps. Most of them are free. There are many more. You can just find them in Google Play Store or iTunes. Search it, download it on your phone, and they give good practice to you for speaking or listening or even reading and writing. So download the apps, and whenever you're waiting somewhere, you can learn from those apps. You need not depend on a tutor or any institute to go there and learn. You can just sit anywhere and learn using the apps, using your cell phone. So this is also one very useful way of learning English. The next thing which you can do is watching English movies or TV serials. Netflix is the best resource. You can download Netflix on your phone, on your iPad, or on your Mac, or on your desktop. And then you can watch the movie. Watching the movie is one more efficient way of learning English because the native speakers enter your house. What does it mean? Like when you're watching the English movies, the actors and actresses who are there in the movie are the native speakers of English. By listening to them, you learn the real life phrases, real life idioms, real life words, real life sentence structures, and not only that, their expressions, their intonation, their pronunciation, which you cannot learn if you go to an institute. Learning English in institute will be different from learning the English from the movies, because through the movies you will learn real life English, and in the institute you will learn textbook English. Yeah, I understand. When you start watching English movies, you may not be able to understand each and every dialogue. Or for that matter, you may not be able to understand a single word initially. Don't worry, take the help of the subtitles. Watch the movie using the subtitles. Keep watching, and after some days, you will be able to watch the movie and understand the dialogues without using the subtitles. Okay, so what we can do is we can allot each day for each activity. For example, Monday, you can listen to the podcasts or audiobooks. Tuesday, you can listen to the English songs. Wednesday, you can use the apps which are there in your cell phone. Like using the cell phone, you can learn English for 15 minutes. Thursday, you can watch the English movies or the sitcoms on Netflix or any other channel or any other web series. Remember that you stop after watching 15 minutes. Okay, so that was about Thursday. Now, Friday is the most important day for you. Why? Because on Friday, just try to glance through all the vocabulary, all the phrases, all the idioms, all the sentence structures, which I'm sure you would have noted down in a notebook. I have forgotten to tell you initially, but maintain a separate book for this. Whatever you learn, listening to the podcast or listening to the song or watching the movie or using the apps, make a note of them in a notebook. New words, new vocabulary, new phrases, new idioms which you came across. Note it down in the textbook. Note it down in the notebook. And on Friday, take out that notebook, glance through all of them. Learn the meanings. Practice their pronunciation. Practice the phrases which you have heard. So that is a reviewing day. Friday will be a reviewing day. Saturday and Sunday, practice English. Whatever you have learned throughout the week, now practice English. Don't worry, I'm not asking you to practice the whole day. At least minimum 15 minutes, start speaking in English. Saturday and Sunday, those 15 minutes you speak. Now, you may say, I don't have anyone at home who can speak English with me. I agree. We are living in India. So in our homes, people don't speak English. We speak our mother tongue, which is very fine. But you want to learn, you have to speak. You want to swim, you have to jump into the swimming pool. So the same way, the best way of learning English is to speak. So utilize Saturday and Sunday, 15 minutes on each day to speak. And with whom? You can talk to yourself, self-talk. You can talk to yourself. Whatever you're thinking in your mind, you can speak out loud in English. Or you can talk to your pet. I tell you, dogs are the best listeners. You can talk to him, you can tell him anything. You simply sit and listen to you very carefully as if he's understanding everything. Right? You can give the pet instructions in English. If you don't have a pet, take a teddy bear and talk to the teddy bear. Tell him anything you like. He will not judge you. He will just be a good friend of yours and listen to you. The point is, you have to speak English on Saturday and Sunday compulsorily for those 15 minutes. I don't say that other days you don't make an attempt to speak in English, but on Saturday and Sunday, must. Now, do this every day of the week. 15 minutes by 7. 15 minutes every day in a week. Repeat the next week. Keep repeating this process till you become confident that you will be able to speak English fluently and confidently. This is a time tested method, and many people have gained confidence and fluency using this technique. So, why not you? Why don't you make use of this technique, which is so efficient? So that's all for today in this video. You have learned the most efficient way of learning English. Now it is in your hand. Isn't it so exciting that you don't have to go to an institute? You don't have to find